वहाँ पे अपना रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट हो गया है लाइक तीन चार हो गया राइट. Okay, so welcome to the first stream. I'm Punipal Shah and he's Pushpak. Pushpak will introduce himself better.
Sure. So myself, Pushpak, and I am full stack software engineer. I am also a creator of Lara Sonic and mostly contribute to a package called Prism, which is used to integrate all these LLMs into your Laravel apps. So that's mostly about me. And
Okay,
yeah, that's
so we
it.
gonna yeah. So we like finally met at the Laracon India this year. Like I actually uh, like was attendee and you was the speaker. So it was nice to meeting you in a this way. And your talk was actually like the uh, like out of the ocean we can say like it is like AI and LLMs and all. So yeah. So here we're going to talk about the starter kits. Let's
Yeah.
see how it goes. So first, like how you have created your own starter kits, right?
Yes.
And even like before Taylor announced the like new starter kits, right?
Yes.
So like
So
hmm,
yeah, I will tell how I get the idea behind the starter kit. So I have also been following the Vercel ecosystem for quite a few times now, and I see that the starter kits are very much popular in the Vercel ecosystem. And because it's very easy to host the Next.js apps before this, so there were a lot of starter kits I see the people are using the starter kit ecosystem. And recently, I also came across a couple of paid starter kits in the Laravel community, and that's where I got the idea where like using Laravel cloud shipping things will be so much faster, and people will also need like kind of a very good starter point from them. Building some things will be very easy, and from like shipping the stuff will be like super easy using Laravel cloud. So I came around that idea. I discussed this with a couple of people. Like, I'm just gonna try to build some kind of a free version of all this paid starter kits. I'm gonna make open source, and that's when the Taylor also announced it on a Twitter. And I kind of like then got in a panic mode and thought if they release it, my starter kit won't be used by anyone. And then I kind of just built it in a 3 4 days after that and released it. It I actually didn't uh, thought that I will get this much response out of that starter kit which I built. To be honest, I thought it's
right.
just another side project of mine. So it will be like a very normal, but it has a very crazy impact of this. So because when I built the first version of Lara Sonic, right, it picked up like anything. Many people in Laravel community actually reposted that tweet, and it got almost 22,000 impression, which was like one of my highest impression tweet. Also, I kind of shared it across different local communities as well. So also there, I got a very much good feedback that the starter kit looks very much polished. I also had added a lot of taken care of, like adding a PHP stand max support, then Rector and everything, like a modern PHP tooling was set up because I was kind of using it for my own couple of other projects. So from there, like people actually liked that starter kit, and then they just told me like it's very nice what I have built, and they will really like if there is a React version of it. From there,
So
I also opened a kind of a roadmap there in the same repo. People there
can
upvoted,
you can you
yeah.
share the screen and show the roadmap? I mean.
Yeah, sure. So let me just quickly share my correct screen. I hope I don't share incorrect. Just give me a minute. Okay, screen. We're gonna. This Google Chrome. I hope everyone is able to see the screen.
Or you can like zoom it a bit if you think it's very
Perfect.
small.
Perfect. So this was the first, like, and it almost has got like 445 stars, which I didn't even imagine when I started building this. So this is where I added the roadmap. Uh, so you see, like, Spatty roles and permission has now the highest support. People are like literally 33 people has supported this feature, and subsequently the paddle integration and lemon squeezy and different substitute. So if I show you
Yeah,
guys, if I just remove this one and just search it, there is a React in inertia. Like a lot of people actually uploaded to this, and it was very easy to build when your application is built using inertia. It's very easy to actually build this the front end, like swap the front end with any another new technology because if you're using inertia, your backend is like completely can be swapped to the another technology. You don't even have to
yeah,
care about it. You just have to change the front end part of it. So building
true.
it kind of was very easy. So I built the React version maybe in 2 weeks, and I literally had a zero idea about the React ecosystem at that time. I didn't even coded the React before that. So like I had set up a React before, but I didn't even build any single project with the React before that. So I kind of tried to build a React integration for the Larasonic, and after working it with 2 weeks, I completely built it using Cursor, and then I showed it to a couple of guys who is like working every day in a React, and they told me like it's kind of a perfect. There are a lot of things which like there are a couple of things which I have missed. Then I kind of fixed that and then launched the project, and that's how where the React Larasonic version is. It almost has got 54 stars now, but you look like the skeleton wise, the mostly the both Vue and React version of the same starter kit looks exactly the same. And if you even
Yeah.
go to the demo, there is a demo hosted. This is for the React, and you see there is
So
like a literally a pixel perfect thing with the Vue. Yeah.
true, because like both are built with the sets here, right? That's why.
Yes. So UI library I have used as a shard CN because last couple of projects which I built in a hackathons, I was able to build UI much faster using shard CN. Like I didn't have to do lot many things. And customizing UI is also very simple using Shard.cn. So currently you see this is a base styles which Shard.cn offers. But now if you want to like change the look and feel of your entire website, right? You don't have to change a lot of class and everything. So Shard.cn gives you like a this kind of a base CSS color variants, class basically variants. It's called CSS variant, which you just have to tweak once in your app.css file or theming file, you can say, and if you change that, the entire site will start to follow those guidelines. So customizing that entire thing. So basically consider this Shard.cn component as a functional components of your app, and it provides a lot of components out of the box, to be honest. Like you see all this entire things sidebar, everything has been offered by the this command, then this
Mhm.
out of the
So
box supported by the
it's like you have used Station, Laravel, and like the viewer React, right? And created the starter kit.
Yep, exactly. Because yeah,
Correct.
again, it was my personal preference to use Shard.cn because I really like Shard.cn.
Yeah, but ended up like the Laravel is also using Station,
Yeah, and that
right?
was the thing, right? When Queller tweeted it, they mentioned that they're gonna build it using Shard.cn. And at that time, there was no starter kit which was built using Shard.cn in the Laravel ecosystem because
True.
most of the people who used to build all these applications were like uh, building using the Livewire stack, tall stack basically, which I was not very much familiar. So I saw that there is a very huge gap in the entire starter kit ecosystem where there's no starter kit which is like covering the best UI library right now, which is in the market. And that's
Correct.
when I decided to build it using Shard.cn.
Correct. Correct. So like it is like how do you see like the main starter kits released by the tailor, or we can say Laravel, right? And your starter kit, like how both are the different.
So I will tell definitely Laravel official starter kits are much better structured, much better. They have much more op better opinion style than my what I have done because my starter kit when I delivered, I created it for me only, like how I
Yeah,
like to structure my own apps. But when like official starter kit has been released, they thought of a lot of different things, such as how everyone wants to customize the entire thing. And they thought of a lot of things which I didn't thought that, to be honest. And they have put a lot of efforts doing every single thing down to the even so if you say on my starter kits, I have not put a lot of efforts on the UI side, to be honest. Even though it looks much more polished, it's not structured, which I thought it should be. But on the official starter kits, if you've seen the structure, the way they have built the entire components and everything, and the overall skeleton, like it's very lightweight. In terms of my starter kit, it's too much bloated. So unless you wanted to use specific all the functionalities offered by me, I think only then you should go with my starter kit because what happens, right? There are a lot of opinions which which I really prefers my way. So such as Rector support. But if you're not used Rector before, you just start jumping it, it's fine. You can use it. But that's a bloated thing basically. If you are adding the thing into your code base which you don't not familiar with, that will gonna create a problem in future when you go on to updates like Laravel updates and something like that. So that's what I think in terms of my starter kits. That's just giving examples. So there are a lot of design decisions which I have made in terms of following this. So yeah, those are the mainly major difference where I feel that uh, there is a very much difference. Apart from tech stack wise and everything, it's mostly the same. So
true.
if you want to
So
use,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm. So I like what I think is like they have added now custom like starter kits option to the Laravel new command, right?
right.
So what do you think? Like people will use more custom kits or the official ones?
So now I think what they have done is a very nice thing using supporting the community starter kit using Laravel installer by default, which in my opinion is a very great move because when Laravel team released starter kits, right, there was a lot of uh, difference of opinions around different channels that uh, they should support this, they should support this. Oh, why they didn't added this payment integration out of the box, or why they don't have a team support. There's a lot of
True.
things basically. Why they don't have a API starter kit? And to be honest, in my surprise, I didn't really think that's what's the job of the Laravel team, to be honest, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, everyone will have a different preference. So let's suppose you like a tall stack, you always wanted a starter kit in a tall stack, which is like a very much feature proof. I have some opinions in the inertia type stack, which I really wanted to like a starter kit built out of in a very nice way using inertia stack. So in that sense, like you cannot make everyone happy, and that I think Laravel team realized really soon. Even I was also planning to contribute to the Laravel installer supporting this community starter kits, but someone else did it, and he really did a very nice job, and Taylor actually approved it. So the moment I got to know that they're gonna support this community starter kits, uh, I also started to migrate my starter
Mhm.
kits to packages so that then people can just download it using the that Laravel new installer. So in one command, you just
So
set up every starter kits out of the box. You don't even have to do
yeah,
set up database, which you have to do in my case before doing this.
true. So so can you show us like how we can uh, create a starter kit which can be installed by Laravel new, like which can be used by.
So I can definitely show to you this. So this is the Lara Sonic React, which I was showing you, right? So basically, before Laravel install, right? Before using Laravel new command, you have to basically do all sort of things where you have to git clone the repo, you have to go inside this, then download the composer dependencies, then
Oh,
copy the environment variables, then just run the setup command. In that setup command, there's nothing but just I used to set up my application variables and what exactly the Laravel new command does behind the scenes. So if I go, I will show you the setup command. That what I used to do before Laravel started supporting it. And let's say setup, right? Basically key generate, then create a database, then migrating it, then adding the node dependency, and then just adding a scribe generate, which is nothing but generating a API docs as well.
so
So
basically
now if
now, okay, so like we need to add post commands like after creating a project, what commands like composer need to run.
So currently you don't have to do with Laravel new installer, which it already I have already done that for my project before supporting Laravel new installer because otherwise then the project setup gets too much large. So in order to set up the project fast, I just added those commands. Now after the setting up, you can just change whatever you don't want. If you don't want to use SQLite, you can just change the database you want to change. Then if you don't want to use scribe, you just don't run the scribe command and
Oh,
like that the changes like that. So for example, now if you want to see how, using like how does this Lara Sonic React works after the new Laravel starter kit. So let's just I can just show you that. So
let's
so I
see.
will just go to uh, I will just go to a project where we can just create a using new.
Yeah. So like you need to share your other script now. Or,
Yep, I think so.
yeah,
uh, just let me know if the entire screen is visible though. To be honest, I'm not
uh,
able to see.
I can see terminal and
Perfect.
maybe
Now, if I change anything, are you able to see the Chrome
yeah
screen?
I can yeah I can see.
Perfect. I think that is working then. So basically, what I will do is I will run Laravel new minus minus using, and I'm gonna pass shift fast labs, and I'm just gonna pass Lara Sonic React, and then just gonna give some name paste React. When
So
I do
like
this,
how yeah yeah
behind the scenes, it will gonna do all the things which we saw right and which I mentioned in the README. So
so what is my question is like how you like think about the ship fast stuff like before it was Lara Sonic then you shifted to the different organization like
yes,
later.
so I did that because like I was planning to build a lot of starter kits now. So I
Hmm.
recently released how many? Five starter kits.
Yeah.
So now I'm planning to release actually more starter kits which are like specifically for AI content, specifically for the API and all, which I think which will be helpful for the people. So I'm
Yeah.
planning to build all the starter kits in coming days, and I don't want to pollute my personal namespace for this. And also,
Oh,
what I have noticed that many people doesn't prefer your personal projects using into their professional. So I just wanted to build some kind of a professional way, and that's why I actually built this organization called Ship
shift
Fast
fast.
Labs, which is just like a agency which I'm thinking of starting a software agency. So
Oh,
that's how it looks
yeah.
currently. By the way, this
Yeah.
website will
So
not take you anywhere, and it's
yeah.
not broken to be honest. It's just I haven't hosted anything yet, so I'm planning to do this all these things in couple of next
So you
days.
have you have already purchased the domain,
Yes, I have, but I
and
haven't hosted anything.
yeah, now you need to find a good name for your company because you already used the Steep Fast Lab for this organization.
No, I think I am gonna use Shift Fast Labs only because it sounded my vibe because I'm true believer of shipping fast and
Yeah.
shipping fast using Lara like very much start like
Mm-hmm.
very great starter kits becomes lot much easier, right? And that's what I think.
Okay.
So I'm
So
thinking like
yeah.
using this name will be going with my personality as well as my vision also. So
So like my voice is loud and clear. I mean, Chirag is
yeah,
saying that he cannot hear it.
I
Can you
can
speak louder,
definitely hear
please?
you. I
Yeah.
can definitely hear you much better.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So like that's all a good thing. Now we can see that the project is already created.
Yeah, let's check that. I also don't know. So yes, I think so. And then you see all the behind the
Okay.
scenes, all these commands which I've run, right? Application setup will be running. So I think as
Right.
a next step of a Laravel installer, we should also expose some kind of a way where this community starter kit should have like some kind of a by default command
Prompts.
where composer run setup or something like that, which will run when you try to set up a community starter kit in order to set up more things. I will try to get this also, this contribution to the Laravel command. Also, something is wrong. I think the node installation
npm.
failed as usual because, node doesn't work most of the time. I don't know what is wrong though, to be
That's
honest. So
why I
let's,
use live app.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I started using this one, by the way. It works most of the time,
Yeah.
to be honest.
So like I see your PRs to like some of the repositories where we are adding one.
Exactly, exactly. So I also wanted to support, we're using Laravel new installer only. It should support Burn, whatever package manager instead of using just solely depend on npm, it should use pnpm, yarn, or Bun. Depend on same way it used to work with
Hmm.
Jetstream and all.
So like what I am also thinking that if like you are talking about the commands, right? If
Yep,
like the custom starter kit wants some commands to be run, right?
right.
While installation. Uh I'm also thinking of the prompts. Like like if starter kit has more than one option or like several options, so they can also able to hook into the uh, like that what we can say, the Laravel new command, and able to ask some prompts, and based on that they may need to continue the further installation. What do you say?
Exactly. Like, yeah, that is something like some way Laravel should have to, like, Laravel installer should needs to extend this in a way that if anyone has more setup commands, like let's say doing some kind of a stuff or something like
Yeah.
that, then they should be able to do that. If this is actually a very nice first time contribution opportunity, you can see, right? If any newcomers are looking at the stream, right, you can
Yes.
definitely raise this PR to the Laravel installer package where you can just support a new type of command, which can be anything. And to be honest, like if there is this command run there, then it will run. Otherwise, it shouldn't run like that way.
Right, right. So, like, do you have any like you have created custom starter kits? Do you have any documentation like when you install it, you should do that way or this way, or
Yeah.
like
So I have a old way of setting up. I haven't updated the Larasonic documentation because I was kind of in a process of rewriting the Larasonic with the base of the
Mhm.
new custom new starter kits basically. So currently
Okay,
the documentation is not upgraded. I'm planning to do it, but this was the old documentation. So here I have shown the couple of ways you can install the Larasonic.
right,
So it is first, I always prefer using Laravel, Sail, and Docker. So that was my preferred
right,
way. You just clone it, run the composer install, and do the setup yourself. If you don't want to do it using Laravel Sail, you can do it with the Laravel herd, where Laravel herd, you just have to do this manual installation first, and then you can just, whatever the repository you download this, you just have to go to this, and then the entire thing will work if you are using Laravel herd. Now, there is another cool thing which I would like to show you guys, which is recently Laravel Herd has also released this one click installation thing. So now this is another
okay,
starter kit which I have created from the base starter kits. And this is the basically a hot link where if you click it, what will happen? I'm not sure if HUD is open in my system. Let me just open HUD so that I can show you what exactly happens. Okay, so HUD is now on. If I click on install with HUD, right? So it's a normal Laravel official starter kit, plus there is an additional some sort of extra tools such as PHP stand, Laravel Pint,
Right.
testing suite, and there is extra ID helper. So if I just install with HUD, right? So now you see it asks
Yeah.
you to open a HUD app. If I open HUD app, it just asks for the name. So I'm just gonna give the name of taste stream view. Okay. I don't want to initialize it as a Git repository. I go to the next, and behind the scene, it's doing the same thing using Laravel installer. If you
Oh, so
just
like now even you don't need to like copy paste or like
Git
fill in
clone
the
anything, you don't even need to do anything. You just click on that button.
yeah.
Your application is created, open in browser, and as
Hmm.
usual, we are
NPM.
getting error
Yeah.
because I think we are running white server here as well. I'm just let me show.
No, no, actually, like there wouldn't be a wide server. So maybe that's,
Oh, I don't understand why we are getting this error then. Let me
hmm.
just go.
I think npm run build should be added it to the starter kit. You mean?
Yeah, ideally it should add this. I don't know what's the problem in PM. I I think it didn't run the npm command to be honest perfectly. This installer.
Possible.
I didn't tested it because
Yeah, it's like demo codes are not with us right now.
yeah, because it was actually pull requested by the Marcel itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Uh,
thought it will work out of the box. I didn't tested it to be. So let's see how it works to be honest. So if I do npm run build, this will build the projects and
is it
we
the
just
same
run.
project or
Yeah. Yeah, now the same projects. Stream view test. Yeah, I think it didn't run the npm commands. If I know register it, start master. And you see this is like a same view starter kit. Yep.
so that is added to uh, mm, the main official starter kit or your starter kit, like the hot link?
I think it has been this hotlink official starter kits is actually supported.
Okay.
This has been added to my starter kit, the modern view starter kit, installed with her. So basically, behind the scene, it has this URL. If I show you the URL, it has URL like this, where http hard laravel.com new starter kit is this. When you do this, behind the scene, it opens a dip link, which trigger the herd application.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, and that's how I think they are installing it. They also started supporting new starter kits, though. Let me see. It's a custom starter kit. See?
Yeah, I see the like tweet of Marshall. Mm,
Yes.
cool.
So these
Like
are the official
yeah,
starter kits, and if you want to use any custom starter kit, you can just click on it, use the namespace of that repository, which is nothing but this. And I think once you go here, test, next, okay, stream, next. I don't know why it's not working.
like which part of it it's not working? The npm part.
Yeah, they didn't ask us to which custom starter kit you want to use.
Mhm.
This
Okay.
didn't ask, this Laravel herd actually didn't ask us which custom starter kit you want to use. But that's fine. Like I think there might be a bug or I'm not using a updated version of herd. That can be the possibility. But
Can you
yeah,
do it again?
sure. If I click on create new site, I just
Okay.
cancel it, create new site again, new Laravel project, custom starter kit. Here, actually, they should add a
Project pa-
something like this. See, starter kit package name.
okay, right. So it's not there.
It's not there.
Possible, it can be possible that you have used hotlink and I think you need to restart now your project. Heard?
Okay. Yeah, we can. That can be the possibility, to be honest.
So it is like whenever you use deep link and
Yeah.
they are like setting default stuff in the background. No, no, it's not.
No, it's still not happening.
I think you
So
need
yeah,
to
that's why that. But you
look
get
on
the
this
idea. Like
work.
you can easily do this one
Yeah,
click install using Laravel here.
right.
I don't.
So how
I
many?
don't use.
Yeah, how many projects you have created with the starter kit yet?
I only created one project using Larasonic for one of my client, and it's still in build. So, so what happened was someone saw the Larasonic and kind of reached out to me, and he wanted to build a very short, very small application. So I kind
Okay,
of using Larasonic as a base, I created a application for him. But I really
okay,
wanted to build a lot of application using the Larasonic because
okay. Lots of people are saying that my voice is little low. It is really low, or like now it is clear. Hello. Okay. So let's continue. I think it is little low. I'm audible actually, probably.
okay,
Let's continue.
my voice is also fine, right?
Your voice is fine. Actually, like in uh, like uh, system, I can see that your voice frequency is better than mine. Um, so
Okay.
it's nice actually. Maybe I'm using noise cancellation. That's doing the job.
Yeah, that can actually sometimes suppress your voice. But
Yeah.
you get the idea, right? How exactly this works.
Right.
So it's the same way I actually created a modern view starter kit also. So at the LaraCon, right? The hot topic was starter kit and the Nuno talk of modern PHP tooling. Like people like that talk so much. Then I kind of
Right.
thought, why we cannot build actually a starter kits, official starter kit with the modern PHP tooling, which Nuno shows us in the talk. And the moment I came home, kind of built this the first version in kind of 1 hour because I already had gone through that process with the Lorasonic to get the maximum PHP stand, adding the rector, getting those very much opinionated rule sets. I kind of easily built that in hour and so, and then just released it. People like that,
Right.
to be honest. So that's how you come up with the starter kit ideas. It's something you just think people will want to build the application from that as a starting point.
Right. 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 Even like me, for me, it is compulsory to use PHP stand at max level, rector PHP with some custom rules, pint with the some rules. Again, the like type coverage, taste coverage should be 100%. Like that's also like I'm using. I'm still not using the pack PHP, the spelling mistake checker. Have you added
Yes, even
it in
I'm
your
not,
starter
even
kit?
I'm not, even I'm not using it because I see there are a lot of configuration you need to do in order to start using Pig PHP. There's a lot of, if you're using custom names and everything, you have to add that. Otherwise, sometime it messed up the project file. So that's why I
It's same
didn't.
thing like in my current project. There are lots of like uh, words and they are not like a part of any particular dictionaries, right? So we need to add one and again the another, and like you need to add 50 to 60 words to your configuration. Then you can start using package.
Right.
Maybe in new projects it may be easy to add.
Ideally, yes, I think I will try to add that as a pig, or if anyone wants to add that as a just a contribution, if they wanted to do open source contribution to a project and they are looking for it, they can just add it very
Yeah,
easy stuff. And
correct.
they can be like probably do their first contribution, first open source contribution. And I will definitely help them if they've done anything and if they want any help with their PR. So if you really want to do it, or otherwise, I will do it whenever I get the time.
So like I have you like ever checked the pack PHP, like
Pick
how it
PHP,
works and
we have used Pick PHP in the Prism. So there is already Pick. We are using Pick PHP and all these
so
things,
like
right? PHP stack.
how it has a like does it have a language support, like more than
It
one
currently
language?
only supports English. It only supports
English,
English
right?
at this point.
Yeah. So like in coding we only use English, so right, mostly. Because like
Yeah,
in 2023 two or one maybe I have worked with some projects where variable names were in Italy, Italian language. The variable names was in the Italian language. In
right.
2023 I have worked with one project where variable names with the French language. So I'm like a little bit awkward with
Yeah,
those particular projects.
I also think like Pick PHP in an existing project is kind of a pain, but in a new project, that should be a definitely a starting point. Again,
Yeah,
uh, what I feel, right? There is like right now this all the things are optional. Like if you wanted to go as opt-in, then only you want to opt in. Otherwise, you can, even if there is a PHP stand max support, you can just start
right,
with it and just not follow the PHP stand max support. You can just use a PHP stand level 8 or level 9
right,
code also.
right.
So
So
in that way,
like
I think
hmm.
for as a starter, you should definitely that's a nice suggestion. I would definitely add a Pig PHP in this one.
Right. So, like, can you show like some best practices? Like your starter kits comes with some best practices.
So do you want to see this model? This is very simple. So I have
Hmm.
followed here a Nuno's rules, all the rules which has been followed by the Nuno's talk itself. So all the rules you see
Okay.
here, this is a
Okay. So
rector.php file, which is a
okay.
rector configuration. And if I
Right.
will just zoom in a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, so this is like a code which has shown by, in the showed by Nuno in the talk itself, but it's a not something which is very complicated. It's just still that we have to follow the Laravel code quality, which is from the Lara stand. Sorry, with the Laravel rector
Okay.
package.
So it is like the official and your the starter kit comes with PHP 8.3. Hmm?
Hmm.
Is that
Yes, I think that's why I like. I don't think still a lot of the people has moved to PHP 8.4. That's why even the Lara Sonic and this one I have keep the minimum version as PHP 8.3 code wise.
nice?
Even Laravel starter kits are PHP 8.3.
Right. Right. That was like I'm also like curious about.
So if you look at a
Like
composer.json, they are at PHP 8.2. But I think after
mm,
this, I think my starter kit
yeah, that
actually,
will work.
yeah.
PHP 8.34 will work with the 8.2 with the gap. I mean,
So
that's what I'm
I
thinking.
think,
Mhm.
I will probably add a PHP 8.2 support then because by default Laravel starter kit has support for PHP 8.2. So I also have to support the PHP 8.2.
Even like without starter kit, if you are installing Laravel, it comes with 8.2. So yeah, and yeah, I think one suggestion like directly comes from in my mind after like checking your composer JSON. You must add some keywords and update the description if you
Mm,
think.
no, I just changed here. I think I just changed this here. Modern View
Yeah,
starter
I think
kit
adding more
and this.
keywords will be better. Adding more keywords will be better. Just Laravel framework and maybe the starter kit, some more keywords. Maybe it's about view, so you can add a view as a keyword.
Ah, yeah, that I can definitely do. I think I have done this on a, it may say live wire. Mm,
Mhm.
let me see. Composer.json. No, I think I can definitely do that. I have changed the description here. Laravel Livewire starter kit with opinion modern tooling setup.
Right, right.
So yeah, I can
So
definitely add some couple of keywords here. By the way, I will show you how I update the starter kits when something gets added into the official React repository. This is a fork of the official repo. So whenever something gets
Okay,
pushed into the
it's a fork.
official starter kit, right? So like someone actually fixed some kind of a bug in the official starter kit, and I wanted to get that feature. I kind of look sync for, and I just update the branch. So all the code from that the base branch actually comes to the my branch, and my branch becomes updated with the entire starter kit.
Right. So basically now you need to cool it and check if the like change is works with the rules
Exactly,
of like
modern PHP.
PHP style. Right.
Yeah, I run those.
Okay.
I basically see if
Like
everything works.
okay. Have you added like anything to app service provider like the date immutable or something?
Sorry?
In a app service provider, have you added something to app service provider like date
No, I
immutable
haven't.
error?
I haven't. I actually didn't change
Okay.
the app service provider this time because
Uh,
I really, that's also a nice suggestion, by the way, to add those default rules which I followed in the. I will just show you guys what I followed in the, as a.
I'm also following that actually, so that's why I like
So you are talking about
asked
this,
that.
right? Configure command, configure dates, and everything. Well, that's
Yeah, and
actually a
the
nice idea,
threshold
to be
state.
honest. That's actually a nice idea. I can add those as a
Right.
also as a good practice because this is something which it doesn't make sense if you're using a Laravel app and if you're not using this.
Yeah, right.
This is like
Even
kind
like
of
some of the people are not aware, so if they are using your starter kit, they will be aware of.
yeah, I can definitely add this. Definitely, this makes sense to be honest.
But
Or
like I will not
maybe,
recommend
maybe,
you to add a
maybe.
telescope.
Yeah, yeah, I will. I won't add telescope. But Punyapal, do you think as a package will be a very nice package in terms of the Laravel good practices package? Like
So
you
what you will do is like
expose a
so
service
you will
provider which has all these
yeah.
things.
mm, maybe, but it is like some of the things still need to be avoided for some of the reason, right? Maybe all the people don't like everything, right? But
I
yeah,
totally get
it will
it.
be a good, it will be a good package.
Yeah, so it's like a basically you start a package with like let's say
I think
Laravel based.
it's a it's good place into the starter kits, I guess, better than the
Yeah,
package.
that's a good place to be in the starter kits, to be honest.
Yeah,
But let's say
right.
you create an application, like say let's say someone watching the stream wants to create some kind of a open source package, right? It's a very nice idea where you can create a package
Yeah,
called
of course.
base practices, Laravel base practices app service provider, and they just expose that service provider through a package.
Yeah, package name needs some improvement, but yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, you can
Package name.
use any package. That's I just randomly came up with it. Or
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
even like it is like you install the uh like package, publish this service provider and remove the package.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's nice, it's kind of nice. And even like when we like the person comes with some kind of like package, people start contributing it, and even like the creator of the package start learning new best practices which should be followed. So that's nice actually.
Yeah, I
Right.
totally agree. I totally
Even
agree.
like see, what I see is like when we create a new package with Laravel official starter kits, right?
Right.
We get the option of like that passkey stuff. I didn't
Hmm.
remember the exact name, like what service they are using, but it is like the passkey
Work
stuff,
OS.
right? Right. So it is like they are giving a option to use or not to use. Uh, what was that? Work OS,
Work
right?
OS. Yeah.
Work OS. So similar, we need more options. Like, do you need a Spark into it? Do you need this into it, that into it? What do you say? Or skip all?
I agree. I agree. Also, I saw a tweet of Twitter when Laravel 12 was released that Laravel
Yeah,
Spark is gonna be the open source in
open source.
time.
Yeah,
So now with Larasonic, I'm kind of thinking that do I need to build a subscription thing from scratch, and because I tried to build a subscription flow much more time myself, right, with the Lara Sonic, and kind of like built two, three times, but I didn't feel the API was very smooth. Sometimes you have to do lot much customization. You have
Right,
to do updates the product files, and then if you don't have a subscription built in out of the box, right, it becomes useless because every SaaS will want to have some kind of a pricing supported.
true.
I think
So
if yep, if
you can wait for a Spark in the open
exactly.
source, right?
Like I really don't want to reinvent the wheel and just kind of build the Spark myself again. So I'm
Yeah,
just gonna wait for the Laravel Spark to be released. If they released it very soon, that's nice. And I'm just gonna integrate that as a part of Lara Sonic. Then you can actually build very powerful billing stuff, and you don't even have to do a lot much more. It. But by the way, that will be a very nice feature if Laravel
yeah,
team
but even like see, what I remember is paddle and what other thing was that
Stripe.
stripe. So the two options are there only, right? For now in the Spark.
Currently, with that, yes. But if they make it open source, then I think people will start contributing a lot of
Yeah,
contribution
like
to it.
so maybe that what the main goal of the open sourcing the Spark, maybe, right? To
Yeah,
add
and
more
people
payment gateway support.
like most of the people I know, right, they don't use Stripe nowadays. They mostly use Lemon Squeezy, Paddle,
Yeah,
or some
right.
third kind of a merchant of record, basically. So I
So
really feel that,
lemon squeezy is already acquired by Stripe. So and paddle is kind of similar. So basically, like, yeah, we need more like space to use other kind of payment gateways. And
yeah, to be
yeah,
honest,
even
I
like
also,
even in India, like Stripe is like partially banned, right?
yep,
Few months ago. So it is like,
yep,
yeah, we need more integrations.
yep, I also feel so. So, like, I'm just waiting for Laravel Spark to. So, right now, when I'm gonna build the new version of Lara Sonic, sadly, I have to drop. Like, I'm just gonna follow the subscription stuff will be still in the beta because I don't want to reinvent the wheel myself and just build what exactly the Spark is building. So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna use
even
the Spark when it's gonna be released, and people can just start using it.
perfect. Even like if you have more like other packages in your mind, there those are similar to Spark. You can build like builders or a factory pattern to use one of them into the background and use the same code,
Right,
right? So
right.
that's how you can go ahead
And
with
and the
the
and the thing with Starter Kit is once you start the project with the Starter Kit, you don't have to practically maintain a backward support and something like that. So
right,
you can
right,
just start shipping the
true.
breaking changes right away. Right? You don't even have to wait for it. You don't even have
Yeah,
to
like
wait for a major
building
release and
starter
something.
kits. Building starter kits uh, is the same thing. If the starter kits are not the part of vendor folder after the installation, so
Right,
that is allow us to add a breaking change. But unlike like Jestrim, Jestrim was having some vendor
mhm.
uh, I think to be needed, and even like Laravel
Yes.
UI was the same. Do you know like the first starter kit was Laravel UI, right?
Yep. It was
And
built using
before,
Bootstrap.
yeah, even like even like before Laravel UI, Laravel UI code was added to the framework itself,
Right,
right?
right. I
So
remember.
then they like separated the Laravel UI from the main
Yep.
framework. So people, if people want, only then and then they start using Laravel UI, right?
Yeah.
But it was still having some sort of limitations and all, right? They added a Jetstream, so they have a same backend and multiple front end with the 45, right?
Right. So I think I
Again,
think. that's where the same thing comes up, right? Taylor actually didn't wanted to build a package like a starter kit, like what they built with the Jetstream. Jetstream, in
Right.
my opinion, was
So
kind
yeah,
of a mistake because you see,
yeah, package.
yeah, as a
Right,
package was kind of a mistake. If they now release the Jetstream functionality as a starter kit, it kind of makes sense because changing the Jetstream code when it was released first, right? To kind of very much hectic, right? You have to do
right,
extend the application logic code into the app service provider, which doesn't make sense to me. But a lot of
right.
people actually didn't wanted to do that, right? Where you do something, you
So
want to change
yeah,
the behavior, you
right.
configure the service provider.
So yeah, that's how Breeze got up like implementation. There are no vendor dependencies. Even you can,
Exactly.
after creating the project, you can remove the Breeze package. And yeah, so that was the reason, maybe like to create a
Yeah,
Breeze
I think, and
after
that's where
Jetstream.
Laravel team actually moved to this, and I really feel that this is a very right direction they are moving in instead of going to
Right.
a package-based code. And I think they should deprecate the
True.
Jetstream once they release the Teams and API support into the package.
No, actually, that will give a lot of hate to Laravel, as even like they are actually maintaining Laravel UI just not to get hated by the community.
So see, at the sometimes you have to let go of things, right? If people wanted to use the
Yeah,
legacy project, they have to think of like maintaining that themselves. That's
actually,
what
like
my
they,
opinion is.
yeah, even like you can see Laravel Livewire starter kit, and when Taylor was removing the Vault and creating the component branch, he like added mistakenly, or maybe it was what you can say, the intentional. He added one sentence: wait for the people's approval, and like something like that was there. Do you
And
remember
you
the
will be
whole
fined
sentence?
forever. And you will be
uh,
fined
you will
forever.
be you will be buying forever. So that's how it works actually.
Yeah, I don't know how did you notice that, by the way.
So like yeah, actually like I was actually want to know that how they are actually moving to the components, and somehow I noticed it.
That was a very funny thing I saw. Yeah, I totally think that that is a true because with the case of starter kits, it's again I am just saying what exactly Josh told in the LaraCon itself. The point of the starter kit is not to get you a very bloated system. It's get you to start somewhere where you don't have to
Right,
do a repetitive stuff. Now, authentication, if you are not using a Laravel, in every other app, you have to build it yourself. Even with the Next.js, even with
right, right,
you have to use a third party apps, something like ClerkJS or something like that, or maybe WorkOS or something like this. In my opinion, as a Laravel developer, we get so many things for the granted. We don't even
yeah.
value them
Like
lot or not.
I remember when once one JS guy said, uh the his name was Adam, I guess. He said
Hmm.
like Laravel starter kit has more feature than your side project.
Yes, exactly. Like if you
Yeah,
just look at the JStream and everything, I practically don't know which starter kit in the entire, sorry, which framework in the entire web ecosystem will give you that many features when you start it.
no, no,
The team support,
no one will.
like they can give you starter kits, and I think that was one of the reason the Next.js ecosystem got like too much flooded with all this new application built with the Next.js
Right,
because, but I don't think so. Any other backend framework is giving you this much functionality at the same
right,
time, so much developer friendly. And now I think it has become very much easy to host a Laravel application. It's one click, literally a one
right,
click thing, in my opinion.
right, right,
So
right. Even like
I
you
think
can create a project from a Laravel cloud and host at the same time.
exactly, like if I want to show a demo of all this starter kits, it's literally a very easy thing for me now. Before
Right,
this, either I have to use some host it myself or use something similar service like Sevala or something, which in my opinion works really great. To be honest, the Sevala is kind of a same way Laravel cloud, I would say, but it just not depend on the Laravel cloud. You can host a lot of
right.
other applications there.
True. Okay, so like we have now last 5 minutes, so let's try to conclude.
So yeah, I think in my opinion, see if you as a newbie programmer or if you're not if you are looking to build a starter kit or side projects, think of a idea or a problem where you think that you have done something good, which other people can use as a starting point, right?
You're
And
right.
from that point, you can actually build this, and then using Laravel community, you just open source them,
True.
host it on a packages. Like you just have to click on submit button. So I will also just quickly show how I hosted them on a packages though. So basically, once you come to this packages repo, you come to the submit, you add your GitHub URL. So in this case, you just have to add this URL here.
Right.
In this case, it's already there, so that's why it's not gonna let me create another one. But once you do that,
Right.
that's it. It's like a one-click thing. Once you do that,
Yeah, like however you publish the package, you need to like publish the
exactly,
repository
exactly.
accordingly, right? Right.
Right, and you see there's how many people have started installing all this starter kits. There are 23 installed for this modern Vue starter kit, 21 installed for modern React starter kit. Again,
Correct.
I built it as a side project. When you get to know that people are actually using this, you get a motivation to build a lot of other nice things. So
True.
as a hobbyist developer myself, right? I really get to see now how many install are being done for every starter kits. Before that, I literally hadn't clue like people are even using the Lara Sonic or not. Now that's actually a great way to look at. Like I can now see the installs and everything from this.
Right. Right. Even like we have GitHub as a clone stuff, but it is like when people using with the Laravel, that will counted as a package is installed.
Exactly, exactly. And I think
Right.
using with Laravel New is very much easy. That's what I
Right.
really feel like. People, everyone Laravel developer, if they are starting new or even if they are seasoned developer, they will have a Laravel new like installer
Right.
already in their machine. They can just start spin up the new project very easily. And I
True.
think from there, installing it's very easy. So you see here,
Right.
this is just a one command you need to run. And if you're using HUD, you
Right.
just need to click once.
Right. Right.
I think
So like, have you also added Laravel IDE?
yes, I have
Like,
added a IDA helper because I don't use PHP Storm. I'm not a fan of PHP
oh,
Storm.
right.
Nowadays, I
Right.
used to use PHP Storm a lot before, and now for using on a custom cursor,
Cursor.
you
Yeah. Right.
yes, you really get a very nice IntelliSense out of the box with Laravel IDE plus this IDA helper.
Right.
You get a very nice IntelliSense. So IDA helper is some one package which I always use myself.
Right.
That's
I
what was
also
one of my
also use
opinion
it.
which I added, which Nuno didn't talk in the talk.
Yeah. Right. So, like, do you think Laravel debug bar will be a good idea to add? Or
Again, I wanted to do if I also I use telescope a lot, so
hmm,
I think
right,
telescope. But again, here as a choice, right? You can either use Laravel debug bar, Laravel telescope, or there is a Laravel new debug bar also, which created by some I don't remember the name though, but it has been created by someone in the Laravel ecosystem nowadays. So
right, right,
you can use any of this. The point of the starter kit is just to start. You can add many packages as you want. You can remove as many packages you want from this. So this you will get a starting point. From there you can build very nice cool stuff. If you don't like
right,
something, you can just remove it very easily. This is not a vendor dependency or a package which you don't like. You can't remove it, the code or something like that. Or at the end of the day, the entire code is into your Git repository. So if you don't like the implementation of how I solve the team problems, you can just change it, tweak it the way you want, and you can
right.
get done with it. So
Okay.
that's what I feel with the starter kits, to be honest.
Right. So that was all about today's the stream.
Yeah,
And
but
can you?
I also
Yeah.
I before we end the stream, Punyapan, I also wanted to understand your point of view about when Laravel started supporting this new custom starter kits, right? What was your like? How did you reacted to that? Because I think, in my opinion, it's a really great move.
Actually, like, how I reacted, it is like Laravel gave what community wanted, right? So it is like you want to use it like with your Laravel app, just use it. Go use. I mean, that was the reaction of Laravel. I thought, right? It is like you if you wanna use this starter kit, go use it, right? If you wanna use that starter kit, just use it. So I liked it actually because, but I still think of more customization with the custom starter kit, right? Right now you need to just provide a URL and go, right? You can install that, but I think we need something that like make the custom starter kit hook into the Laravel new command, and like
Right.
maybe like if you can provide like something Laravel uh, new.json kind of some JSON file, and that
Or
particular
maybe
JSON file.
use a composer
Huh?
JSON and then just use
Yeah,
a composer JSON or run just set up that
right,
using
actually.
composer
So
commands.
that's
Yeah,
what actually needed into the Laravel new command. If you are supposed to support more like custom starter kits, right? So that will be needed. Otherwise, it is like yeah, uh, it is the thing asked by the community and given to the community. That's what I
I
think.
totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah,
I think it's a very great move in terms of the starter kit. So yeah,
right.
yeah, nice.
Even like what I think is they need to improve their starter kits more. So people also need to think that do I need a custom starter kit, right? Actually, because they know like they have the developers, right, which are following the best practices. So why cannot they allow other developers to follow the same standards, right?
Hmm.
Just add them to the your starter kit,
Right.
right? By default, if people don't wanna use it, they will remove it, right? The
Agree.
role, yeah, but actually their goal is to create fast, not the best solution possible on the first day, right?
Yeah, I also think there is another thing is that many people, right? Let's suppose you as a newbie joins the Laravel, like start learning Laravel. You set up it and you saw this much file and this much bloated application into application.
Yeah,
Like I still
actually,
remember you saw that stream with Primagen and the Primagen first time exploring Laravel and he was like so
Theo,
much
I
confused.
guess. Theo, he was
Theo
Theo, I
or
guess.
Primagen? I think Primagen. He has
Like the
reviewing
person,
the la
the person because of him, the composer, they knew. Sorry, composer run the command invented.
no. The
Okay,
Primagen, the Primagen who basically was reviewing the Laravel bootcamp code, right? As a newbie, like if you wanted,
I still
there is
remember.
one
I
stream.
think it was Theo, I guess, because he commented that the best way Laravel said that you should use a herd to create a new project, and it's still confusing. That's what he's
Yeah,
thinking,
I think this is very much confusing to a newbie. Like, what is a sale? What is a PHP stand? What is a
right?
rector? If you are coming
Correct.
from another ecosystem, then you will be confused a lot. And in my opinion, Laravel team has kept a good job keeping it as minimum,
Right.
as less
True.
dependency possible.
Yeah. So it is like it's our duty to now create best practices with the new
Exactly.
custom starter kit. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what you are doing right now.
And even if you wanted to create like let's say starter kits with a filament, starter kits with a lot of things, you can actually do that now.
Right. Even like the Adam again, the another Adam. He was saying that like why people needing a starter kit with the filament piece.
That's
Right.
also true, to be honest.
Yeah. So he's like he's a core team member filament. So maybe that's why he was interested. And like people answered, it is like they need some other things with the filament PHP, right? Or maybe some sort of settings they always like whenever I create new project with the filament PHP, right? I add like uh, like configure using the paginate with the 10 30, 15 and 30 only, or maybe 25 only. We don't
Right,
need a 50 or all option, right?
right.
Otherwise, like the layer and filament will do his job, and the page will the page render will be get all too much slow. So that's how it works actually. We need to add lot of configuration while creating the new application, and
Okay.
that's how the starter kits get birth, right?
Okay. And also, I one thing, like if you are a company, right, or like if you wanted to always like start building application, you can also create a kind of a
Yeah,
skeleton application of sorts,
right.
and
Even
then you can just
people actually
using
do it.
exactly,
People
and you
actually
can
do it.
actually
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, you can do that now very easily, one command setup and everything. That's
Yeah,
gonna be a
even like
very
if I will create a starter kit, right? I will have some custom rector rule which is created by me, PHP stand rules which is created by me, some architecture testing, that all will be there because
right,
I follow the strictness of the like project. I totally sometimes I don't need anyone to add a repository thing to my project,
right,
right? If the project is of Laravel, right? Sometimes I
right,
work with .NET where we prefer repositories because
exactly.
we don't have such a ORM, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I think
So,
we can now conclude it
yep,
here.
I think it went well. By the way, first,
Yeah,
congrats on your first stream, though.
yeah. Actually,
It
like
went really
thank
well.
you everyone. Like thank you everyone for joining. I can see more than 10 people was concurrent
Oh,
for the
oh
first
man,
stream. It's good.
that's great. That's
Yeah,
really great.
yeah. Okay, so I'm just stopping.
Okay, then see you guys. Thanks and have a good day.
Oh, it's already stopped. Okay, so